it's the Mighty Kymm here with video number 2 for August 2018. And just squeaked under the wire because it is almost the end of August, but I wanted to get this done. And I did not stitch much the beginning of August, so I was sort of leaving it to the very end so that there'd actually be some stuff done. So I put on some makeup, as you might be able to tell, even with this poor lighting. The makeup is by Notoriously Morbid. Might as well throw that in there. The eyes are from the Renfield palette, which I know is still available. Don't know how visible it is in this terrible light, but whatever. I didn't comb my hair because I don't own a comb, but I did in fact put on makeup. Let's see, what else did I promise to do last time? Not say so much. Although I was assured I didn't say nearly as much as I thought I did, so that's good. And I did not make this promise that I wouldn't do this, but after I made it, I went, oh my God, I didn't do horizontal video. I did vertical video like a chump. So horizontal, all professionally. Might as well have something professional. Anyway, so last time I made this video, and it was my very first video, and I was hoping, and this is not me being all, gosh golly, I didn't think anybody was going to watch it. I really didn't know what to expect, and my hope, this is true, was that I would have 20 views within the month. And I'd be really excited if I got 20 views. And I got, I think it was almost 200 in the first 24 hours. I was so startled. I had no concept that that might occur. And in fact, here I have the stats up. Last video, 394 views. 38 thumbs upses, thank you 38, 0 thumbs downses, and 61 subscribers. This is very thrilling for me, who had no idea what she was doing, except, like I said last time, I'm good at talking, so I knew about that, but I didn't really know what to expect in terms of, you know, I mean, I didn't figure most of my friends would want to watch, because listening to somebody talk about cross stitch when you do not cross stitch, or, you know, at least do something similar, it's got to be really boring, even if you do personally like the person. And on the other hand, if you do like watching people talk about cross stitch, you got a little leeway to be kind of dull, and people will still watch and be interested. So hopefully I sort of hit sort of like the middle ground between being a reasonably interesting person no matter what I'm talking about, and hey, it's cross stitch, isn't that great? I no longer know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I did not do tons of cross stitch at the end, in the second half of July, because the last 2 weeks of July I was working. I'm a dog walker and pet sitter. I was working from 6:30 a.m. till midnight every single day. I had slightly overbooked myself, but hey, I like money. And it was a heat wave, so I did 0 cross stitch during that time, because if I did have an hour off or so in the middle of the day, as I sometimes had, I would be spending it either eating or sleeping. I spent those 2 weeks walking dogs, feeding dogs, cleaning cat boxes, driving, sleeping, eating, and breathing, and listening to podcasts while I drove. And that's literally it. I had no time or energy to do anything else, and certainly not cross stitch. So therefore I got way behind on all of my stuff I wanted to do. And also it has occurred to me how much I need to do these presents. So the whole, this is what I'm doing, and I'm doing one of this and one of that, and I'm going to be doing that, all went out the window. And now I'm throwing aside a bunch of the stuff that I was going to do. I no longer care about the Four Seasons Sal. It's over. I can do it anytime. My beautiful, beautiful epic Fairy Tale Princesses by Cloudsfactory. I'm still on Mulan, although I did do Mochi. But when last you saw, like 6 weeks ago, I had already done those and I hadn't done him. I am putting this aside, sadly, but I will get back to it after, at the beginning of next year, after I finish all these damn presents that I'm doing because I want to. Nobody's demanding anything of me. But anyway, there is this Armada Designs does these things called Tiny Sals. And last year, Christmas was the first one that I ever saw. I don't know if it was the first one they ever done, but it's a sal where, stitch along, where every day they add a little bit more of the pattern. Instead of it being a huge piece and you add it by the month, it's a small piece. Every day you get a little bit. It was, for the Christmas one, it was, I think, December 1st through the 24th, like an advent calendar, which I didn't finish. And then there was a Valentine one, which went from the 1st to the 14th, which I didn't finish. And then there was a spring one, which I did finish, but way after it was actually over. And then she did a summer one. It was only an 8-day one because it was leading up to her wedding day. It was very nice. These are great things. They cost like a couple of bucks, and plus she uses them to raise money for a charity, and therefore, so it's a couple of bucks plus whatever else you want to donate, and that goes to the charity, which I think is lovely. So it was the summer sal, which was, like I said, 8 days. It took me 7 days to do the first day. So that shows you, and I'm a slow stitcher, but I'm not that slow. And it shows you just how tired and frankly out of the rhythm of stitching I was. But I did finally finish this 8-day thing in, I think, something like 21 stitching days. And here it is. I want to show you. It's not framed yet. So there it is. See, summer. And what I like about it, by the way, the word summer was the first day. 7 days, 7 stitching days that took me. What I like about it is the sort of 70s vibe that you get from the colors and from the font. And I'm framing this in sort of the middling orange color. I did have a fun time of, see the blue water? The darker blue? What I did was I misread the symbol because the symbol that went like this was green, dark green, the green on the top of the pineapple, and the symbol that went like this was the dark blue. And because I didn't actually know what this was, because it's a black and white chart, so it's really kind of hard to tell what it is while you're doing it until it's actually done. So it didn't occur to me until I got the boat up that, oh, it's water. Gosh, that's funny that it's green. Oh, well, la la la. Finished the entire thing, then looked at the floss I had and realized that I'd never used the dark blue. Checked and realized, dummy, water is blue. It is not dark green unless it's like swamp water, and then you wouldn't have a sailboat. So I had to frog back the whole thing, which was kind of a pain in the neck. But this did sort of get me back in the stitchy mode. And so this is finished, and it is waiting for its frame, which is coming in the mail. I will talk about frames right now. Here, by the way, is spring. Isn't that pretty? All those little flowers. And all those little French knots dotting the flowers. I do want to have a discussion with you people about French knots and how much you whine about them, but not quite yet. Here, I'm going to put it in closer just so you can really see. Look how pretty that is. This little frame. This frame, I do want to talk about the frames. This frame is by Stay at Home Stitches. Is it Stay at Home Stitches or it's Stay Home Stitches? I'm pretty sure it's Stay at Home Stitches, but I'm going to put it in the show notes. From Etsy, which is a made to order. They make them to order. They have different sizes. They have different sort of like finishes on the frames, different, like, I don't really understand what any of them are. I just sort of randomly order them because I don't really care. Just like different kind of lumps. I'm sure there's the normal people know what that's called. And you can, there's all the different colors that they have, but then also they will match any DMC color. So if you want, this is a color that they actually had. But then I realized that I could ask DMC and not keep asking weird questions like, is Cosmic Pink dark pink or light pink? Because they're given cute names and it's kind of hard to tell what they are. But now I do it match DMC. Now this, so that's a finish that I had since we last spoke, I think. No, I must have finished it before that. This next one is a finish from last time. By the way, I do apologize for my eyeline. I keep looking over here because when I look over here, I can see myself. When I look in the camera, I cannot see myself. And because obviously I'm drawn to look at myself by the movement, but then I look like some sort of idiot who's sort of gazing off. Hello, here I am doing a floss tube video. My public over here. So I do apologize for the eyeline situation. Anyway, so if your name is Beth and you live in Sacramento, please turn this off right now. I am not kidding. If you know Beth who lives in Sacramento, keep your mouth shut. Stum. I don't want her to know about this in advance, okay? I'm trusting you people. Beth in Sacramento, goodbye. All right, now it's just us. So I made this for Beth in Sacramento. It is a surprise. I believe I was making it, I was making it last time and I was being all silent about it, but now it's finished and framed. There it is. Isn't that pretty? I love it so much. The info will be in the show notes about the pattern, which actually you cannot get it anymore. You can get this pattern, you can get these words, but in a different configuration. I don't know, she changed it up, or he changed it up, I don't actually know. And the new one's fine, but I like this better. The beautiful, beautiful fabric is from Joe Deary Designs. But I have no idea, obviously. I doubt this one is still available, but she's got a lot of beautiful stuff. Anyway, I love this. I think it's gorgeous. I'm not sending it to her anytime soon because I have to make the things for her children that I'm also making. And since those are the ones that she knows about, that I'm making those, because I told her a year ago when I started that I was going to have stuff for her children that I must have done for Christmas, or they won't like the things anymore. They will be too grown up. They won't care. They'll look at it and go, that's baby stuff, and my heart will crack. So anyway, I can't send her something for her and not for the kids. So I'm saving this till the others are finished, and I'm going to start the other ones. Okay, this one is also a present I was working on. I just started it last time. I think it's still, I can't quite tell what it is. Hoping the person it's for is not watching, but I'm not going to call her out. But I got a lot more done on this. And also I want to get it done by Christmas. Now, here's the big thing I've been working on. Not very big, but it's the thing that we're working on all day, because I'm currently taking care of the dogs and cat of a client of mine who went off to get married. And I thought she's gone for a month. After a week, I thought, oh, I know, I'm going to stitch her a little wedding present. She'll flip. She'll love it. And I have all this great stuff. And I started it, and I thought, it's great. I have 3 weeks. Then I ignored it for 2 weeks, either working on summer, which is for no one, and it does not have a day that it's due, but I was doing it anyway, or not stitching at all for the past few days. And so this is now due in a week. Literally a week. Just coming back a week from today. I did some work on it today. I think I can get it done. It is not huge. I'm going to show it to you. See? I don't know if you can tell what this is. This is like, you know, almost half a heart made out of leaves. That is a rose and leaves, and those are 2 hearts. And then there's going to be another, the rest of it, and then 2 more flowers. And then I'm going to put their names and their date on the 2. So I think I can finish this in a week. I did about that much of the leaves, and then that much I had to frog back because I'd gotten a few stitches off today, plus all this today. Anyway, I think I can finish this in a week. Problem is I don't have a ton of time. But anyway, I'm going to bring this up close so you can see it. First of all, look at this beautiful sparkling linen, this opalescent. Isn't it nice? And then I've got Krynic there, and then this is silk, and this is silk, and this is all these things I got from StitchyBox, which is what StitchyBox does is you can buy stuff, but what she does is she does these boxes. And most of the stuff here, this and this and this, are from the box. They're themed boxes, and she does color themed boxes, and those were all from the pink box. And she does concept themed boxes. So right now I'm opening the royalty themed box, and what it is she has little packages. So if it's the color box, then it's 15 little packages, and you just open one a day. And if it's the larger boxes, then they are I think 31 days. Either 30 or 31, I can't remember. But anyway, you just open it every day of the month. And they're super fun, and I love stuff like that. I love opening a thing a day. So I have all this beautiful stuff, and so I looked at the design, which is, here, I'm going to show you the design. I have it, yeah. This is what it's supposed to look like. Come on. Come on, there we go. There we go. So you see, those were yellow roses. Color correct, come on. Yellow roses, but yellow roses are for your mother. They are not for a wedding. And red roses are, of course, Love Triumphant, but I couldn't have red roses and have the magenta hearts. So I decided to go with pink roses, which is love expectant, which also doesn't really go for weddings, but it's better than, you know, yellow roses, particularly on a pink background, which would not work at all. So I'm going to show you this beautiful stuff I decided to use instead. So this I'm using for the lightest green leaves. This is by Planet Earth Fiber, and it's in spring teal. Definitely got from a StitchyBox. I don't know which one. Maybe it was the green box. But here's another green one, also from Planet Earth Fiber, and it's OOAK-1, which trips off the tongue, of course, which is also from a StitchyBox, so I don't know which one. But anyway, this is the medium green. And then I chose this sort of mossy green, which I probably shouldn't. I probably should have gone with a more foresty green, but I did like it, and it's by Classic Colorworks, and it's called Mossy. And so that is my darkest green, and as I was doing it, I thought, I don't know if it works, but I do think it kind of works. It does. And then for this is a beautiful silk called Soie d'Alger, is the company, I imagine. And it's this very, very pretty magenta silk. I use that for the hearts. And then this very pretty shiny pink silk that I do not know what it is because I can't find the thing, the tag, but it was a little tiny tag and I don't think it had much information on it anyway. And it's very, very beautiful and very, very smooth and very, very tangly and a big pain in the ass, but it turned out really pretty. And then this was the Krynic, which is such a pain in the ass. Such a pain. Not as big a pain as the DMC sparkly thread, which is the worst. But fortunately, I just used the Krynic for the inner part of the rose, so it's not so many stitches, and it didn't make me want to kill myself more than 12 times. How many stitches is it? It's a few more than 12 stitches. So that's good. And that was Threadworks for all your stitching needs. That's what that is. Anyway, and the fabric is, what's it say? 28 count opalescent Lugana Galaxy Black Cauldron. So that's what that is. So you want your Galaxy Black Cauldron for your wedding presents. That's for sure. Anyway, I think it's gorgeous, and I just gotta stitch, 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 stitch every second I can, and not sit back and think I've got a ton of time. I do have, what time is it? It's 7:45, so I do have several more stitching hours tonight, and then I have to work on it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, plus walk dogs and eat and sleep. And make sure this apartment is ship-shape for when they get back, because I've been here for a month, and so there's a lot of my stuff all around. There certainly is. My goodness me. But anyway, I believe that is, I think that's it. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this one, for watching the last one, for all the nice comments I got on Facebook about this, and you guys are the best. So please watch and subscribe, because I will be doing a lot of whining about all the presents that I have to make because I want to. Bye. See you in September.